Hi everyone. We have had some majorly strange things going on here, and it's a little unsettling, but at the same time extremely comforting. I don't know if any of you have had similar experiences, but it started yesterday. my I met up with one of my friends. This is the first time I saw her after everything happened, and it was a really, really nice day. So she packed us a picnic lunch and said, "Come on, we're going to the park. We're going to go on a picnic." And we went, and we're not big on walking at our age. So we just kind of sat on one of the swings out there and ate. And of course, we talked about Curtis and everything. And I said, I just really need a sign from him. I just want to know that he's okay and that he's not upset with me for the decision I had to make. And then we got back to her place and talked a little bit, and she gave me my belated Halloween bag, which I really appreciated. I think I liked it even more now because it was more of a comfort item. And then she said, "Well, I got to take one of the other ladies in my apartment complex somewhere." And my friend is just an angel. You guys would just love her. She's so kind to everybody. But so I got in my car and I looked down, and there was this dime sitting in the seat of the car. I don't know if it fell out of one of our pockets or one of our purses or what, but it was just there. I had found a penny earlier, and I often find those, but I don't know. Dimes are kind of what my friend and I find whenever we're having a hard time, and we always say they're dimes from heaven or the afterlife or whatever you believe in. And that our loved ones were sending them to us, and there was a dime sitting there in the seat. So I scooped it up and put it in this cute little tin that my friend had given me in the Halloween bag, and took it home, and it's been sitting in the tin. And then I had this bright idea that I was going to take that, and, well, he always had this little piece of rose quartz hanging over his enclosure. You know, it's a healing, rose quartz is a symbol of healing, a symbol of love, and a symbol of forgiveness. And I was like, well, I really need to forgive myself for all this, and I hope he forgives me. So I took that rose quartz, and we're taking this guy next week. Put it inside CJ Niff here in a little bag, along with that dime and some of his fur. I was going to do the ashes, but I'd need a screwdriver to open it, and I really don't think I could stand to look at them right now anyway. I guess I could always add those later, but I wanted something a little different. So the rose quartz is in here, and along with that dime. That was one of his first signs to let me know. I guess he's acclimated now, and he sent me that dime. And there it is. It's in there with the rose quartz and a little bit of his fur. And I've got it all sealed up in a nice bag, along with the healing properties for the rose quartz. But it's all sealed up. I'm going to add a little glue to the top here so it doesn't come loose. But that's the dime I found. It was so weird, and I just know that was him saying, "It's okay, Mom. It's okay." So I thought, what better way to heal and forgive myself than to add the rose quartz along with the dime, because we always got dimes whenever we would always find dimes whenever we're having a hard time missing a loved one. But that was the first. I'm going to put this back in here. Can't wait to get this guy stuffed and get him a little outfit. But that was the first one. And then just a little bit ago, when I went up here to do that and get the stone and add the dime and everything, Do you like this guy? What do you think about him? No, I haven't picked up any toys yet. I can't bring myself. What do you think of this guy? I got him secondhand, too. Doesn't he look like Kay's Rudy, though? Isn't he cute? I've been calling him Rudy. So he's going to go along for the ride with Niff. But just as I was coming up here to put everything together and put it inside the plush, I don't know what I did. I don't know if it was kind of like, my phone rubbed against my arm or something. But just randomly in the Google search, and the screen wasn't even moving. I wish I thought to take a screenshot of it. But the screen was fine, but this down at the bottom in the search bar, there was the two words, "Hey Curtis." And that was the first thing I said to him when I first met him at the rescue. He was just laying there in his pen looking sad, and I went up and put my hand on the bars and I said, "Hey Curtis." And he jumped up and put his front paws on the side of the cage bars and started sticking his nose through for me to pet him. And then I asked later, our leader up there, she asked me if there were any rabbits that stood out to me. And I said, I like Curtis. And so they got him out and sat him with me for a while, and the rest, as they say, is history. But those were about the same words that I said to him when I first saw him was, "Hey, Curtis." And there they were, just popped up on the search bar at the bottom of the phone. It's so weird. I don't know. I don't know if maybe I said it under my breath and it was doing like talk to text or what, but it was just the strangest thing after finding that dime. So I think he's letting me know that he's okay and he's all right, and everything's going to be all right. Raven did that too, and she still does to this day. And look at this, the vet team up at the vet that the rescue uses planted a tree in his name. Isn't that great? Tiny animal, huge impact on the world. He touched so many hearts, and just really, to some people it might have just been a rabbit, but as I said before, screw you people. But this is fantastic. And then I got a card from the vet's office. Everybody signed it, so that was awfully nice of them. But yeah, anyone who says it's just an animal and they're subhuman, I think we all know by now what I think of you. I think you'd make pretty good cat food, honestly. I know that wasn't very nice, but I don't feel like being very nice to people that aren't nice to me. But it was just the strangest thing. My phone said, "Hey Curtis," and yesterday we found that dime and that penny. I think I'm going to keep the penny for myself and carry it for luck in my purse, but that dime, it was just so strange because my friend and I, that was kind of our little way of asking our loved ones. She started it, I think, with her father, if I'm not mistaken, and it just kind of carried over into, I don't know if maybe, I think maybe Raven thought, oh, that would be a good idea. Now she's got Curtis and Argento and Freddie and all the rest doing it too. I don't know. I think they all yak over there in the afterlife and talk and probably laugh and make fun of us sometimes. Yeah, I think they all talk up there. So Raven probably got the idea from my friend's family member and was like, oh, okay, we'll do this. But it was just a really good, and it made me emotional. And then seeing that "Hey Curtis" on my phone screen was just so strange, but I'll take it. So, yeah, thanks, buddy. As long as I know you're doing okay and you're not mad at me. But, yeah, hopefully we're going to take this guy and this fellow in and get them stuffed this week. I can't wait to get pictures. We might go see a movie if the one we want to see is playing nearby, but it's been kind of hard to find that one because it's a little controversial. I don't know why though, but go to the mall and get these guys stuffed and possibly get a little retail therapy in there. It's kind of hard for my other friend right now too. It's coming up on a year since her bunny Olive passed away. Sorry, had to take a gulp of coffee. Life is too short for cruddy coffee. But yeah, that's what's going on around here. I haven't picked up anything. I just can't get myself to even touch anything. Phoenix is starting to settle down, but he's really been a Velcro kitty, and Roswell has been kind of too. She's a little more subtle about it, but I can tell she misses him. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. A couple of strange things here, but nothing scary or anything. But it's definitely our loved ones. So thanks, buddy. And I've got a couple projects coming up for the house, so hopefully those will go through, and I'll keep you updated on those. And I might just go up to the rescue just for the heck of it and mess around up there and fill hay racks and stuff. So that's it for now. It's just a really strange but wonderful thing to have happen. And I know it's a mess over there. He made that mess. I don't have the heart to clean it up just yet. All right. Everybody have a good week. Well, all the nice people have a good week, and all the rest of you out there that might be stalking or thinking nasty stuff, have the week you deserve. All right, that's it. Take care, everyone. Bye.